guys, it's me Jenny, and I'm here today to do my 2-week postpartum update. It has been, yes, 2 weeks since I had my son, Ryker, and it's been an amazing 2 weeks because he's such an amazing baby. And I have his 1 week and 2 week update posted for you, so make sure you check those out to learn more about what has been going on with him. But as far as me and my recovery and everything else is concerned, I've been doing pretty great. Let's see. So I had a C-section, and I talked last week a lot about my experience in the first week dealing with pain and just the physical limitations of having a C-section in the hospital, and then the first couple of days I was home. And so since then, it's gotten a lot better. I still am not completely pain-free, but I am able to get up and around the majority of my day without almost any pain, which has been great. I'm not on my heavy painkillers anymore. I'm only on ibuprofen. And the only time when it really still bothers me is at night if my ibuprofen wears off. Because I sleep right here, and I have Ryker in the pack and play next to me. So I'm constantly leaning over out of bed to pick him up, putting him back down. And when I'm doing that, leaning over and over again, I do have a couple spots in my abdomen where my scar is that will hurt. Sometimes kind of sharp if I don't really have the pain, relief at that moment. So, that's still kind of annoying, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. As far as my incision goes, it's not infected and it's still looking great. I do have now, I'm starting to get some sort of tough areas underneath it from the scar tissue. Ryker, you're doing okay, buddy. So I am starting to get some tough areas underneath it from the scar tissue. And I do have this one little tiny section of my belly that sticks out over the scar. It's kind of weird looking, but for the most part, the incision is doing great. And I continue to wear my belly band. I don't wear my belly band as much as I probably should. I may only wear it for a couple of hours a day, but I think it has helped my belly continue to shrink, which I'll show you at the end of the video. And so that's been going well. I still have my mommy's mark and my bruised belly button, but hey, that's fine. Basically, so yeah, physical recovery has been going good. Because I don't have these ab muscles, I'm not sure if that's why, but I'm normally a little bit of a sloucher, and my husband has pointed out to me lately that since I had the baby, I have been really slouchy. And I think that might have something to do with the fact that my ab muscles don't really exist right now. So it's kind of harder to keep myself upright. So I'm trying to remember to work on my posture and not let myself do this all the time. And so that is physical recovery. Been going pretty well. Yes, big boy, yes. Ryker's I don't know what he's doing over there. He's hanging out. I thought he was asleep. He's not asleep. So as far as all of that, time management and new mom stuff, it's been going pretty good. Like I said on his updates, Ryker's a really good baby for the most part. He's pretty chill. But it was funny because the first couple of days, maybe the first week that I had him, he slept so much that I had just time throughout the day when he was sleeping. And I was just like, oh, well, this is easy. What is everyone complaining about? I got plenty of time to get stuff done. Now that he's 2 weeks, he is up a lot more. And he is a little bit fussier, so that leaves me with a lot less time. Yes. So yes, he's been a little bit more awake, a little bit fussier, just a little, nothing too bad, but now it is a little bit harder to get stuff done, just because he generally needs someone to be looking after him for the majority of the day. Except he does take a couple hours worth of naps throughout the daytime, and then he is still sleeping pretty good at night, so thankfully I can catch up on Not like I can do a lot of stuff, but I do get to sleep at night a little bit. So that's nice. But yeah, just time management stuff, has been a little bit, I'll kind of try and keep myself accountable. Like I have a to-do list that I make for myself every day. And I generally don't get everything on it done just because I end up having way less time than I imagine I'm going to have throughout the day. But I still try to get some stuff done. I haven't done a lot of cooking, but thankfully I do still have a lot of freezer food, and my mother was really helpful when they were here this week, and she cooked a lot for us. So that was really nice. Having my parents here was wonderful because it was great to see them with Ryker. He loved them, and it was good to have just a little bit of extra support so I could take a little bit of more time to just relax. Or in the mornings they would take him after his 6:30-ish feeding and let me sleep for 2-3 hours while they watched him, which was amazing. So that was really great about this week. It's true. And so next week we don't have anybody here. My in-laws are not coming for another 2 weeks. And so it'll be just me. My husband's back at work now. So, I mean, he does help, but he will be working. And then my in-laws are coming, and then we are moving like immediately following that. So I do have a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to start working on. And so, yeah, that's basically everything that's been going on this week. I've just, it hasn't been terribly exciting. I've been home a lot, taking care of Ryker, and I've only lost 2 pounds this week, so I'm down to 124 at the moment. I haven't even measured my stomach because honestly, it's not a huge deal to me, and I expect for my stomach to keep shrinking as my uterus goes back down to size. So I just know that it's smaller than it was last week, and I'm happy about that. So that is basically everything. I know I mentioned in Ryker's 2-week update that we tried pumping this week for the first time. And so that was interesting. I didn't get a lot of milk the first time I tried, and I don't know if it's because I was doing it at the wrong time or what. And so I took some Milkmaid tea, the Earth Mama Angel Baby brand, and I took 2 fenugreek pills. And so the next day I had more milk than usual. I was actually engorged, which had never really happened to me to the point of being uncomfortable before. And so I pumped then, and I got quite a bit of milk, like 4 ounces, which was great. And so I was like, oh yay, now I don't have to worry about it. And then I tried again 2 days later, and I got like less than an ounce again. So I don't know. I mean, I probably just don't really know what I'm doing pumping yet. So I've got to figure that out, and kind of when I should be pumping to get the most, and what's a good technique to pump at this, while I'm breastfeeding at the same time. I'm not going to start bottle feeding him a lot, but I do want to start building up a little bit of a supply to have around just in case I have to be away, or I don't know, have a doctor's appointment or something, and my husband has to feed him a bottle. And so I'm going to have to work on that. My husband would also really like if in the mornings, if on days that he's not working, he take the baby and watch him for a couple hours while I get some extra sleep, and he can give him a bottle if he's hungry. So that's something that we will be working on, and so I will keep you guys updated on how pumping goes once I kind of figure it out. So that's basically everything for me this second week. Nothing too terribly exciting, but I am feeling really good. Emotionally, I haven't thought that much about my labor this week, which is good because, as I think I said last week, it was kind of getting me down a little bit when I was thinking about it or focusing on it. And I just kind of have put it out of my mind, because my experience is my experience and I own it, and that's what happened, and it was not always great, and there were some really bad parts, but that is what happened, and I can't change it. And so I've accepted it, and now I'm just kind of trying to move on, and I'm not dwelling on it. So that's been good this week, to just sort of let that you know, off of my shoulders. And so that's basically it. Everything is good now. And now I'm just going to spend my next couple weeks taking care of the baby and getting ready to move, because that is going to be happening before we know it. So that's it for me. I'm going to show you guys my belly once more. Stand on here. So if you can see, this is my belly 2 weeks postpartum. It's still a little bit big, but it's not quite as big as last week. It's a little bit just sort of loose here. And you can see I've got my mommy's mark, and my bruise are still here, and here are my 2 stretch marks. And then if I get up on here, you can actually see my scar today. It's going pretty well, but this is my C-section scar right there. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. I will be back next week for my 3-week postpartum and Ryker's 3-week update. So tune in then, and like and subscribe and all that, and we'll see you later. Bye guys. Hi guys, it's Jenny and Ryker, and we are here for our 2-week update. So, what do you think, Mr. Ryker? How has your 2nd week of life been? It's been pretty decent. Done a lot of sleeping, a lot of pooping, a lot of eating. Pretty exciting stuff.